going to test him, and when you look at Clark's kickouts the last day against Kerry, Kerry got if Kerry are in red, they got the fourth man in here, and they were kind of playing 3 out here, and they were bringing up 2, so they were kind of in that kind of a, that kind of a press. But what they were doing to Clark is they were saying, you're not getting it out short, and when he couldn't get it out short, and he put 1 or 2 out over the sidelines, and again, this is Fitzgerald Stadium, it plays tighter than a Croke Park. You'll be able to put that out there in Croke Park, because when you put it out in Fitzgerald Stadium and it hits, and it's gone out over the sidelines. So he ended up lamping it out. Dave Moran started cleaning up around the middle, ably aided by Edo Spillane, and yeah, sure, the boys had the life of Riley, ball coming in. It was almost like the old days where I used to kick a pint and just go out there and stand there, and the keeper would kick it out, and I'd just jog in and wait for Dara to catch it and know it was coming again. There was no worried about short kick outs or having to run after fellas. But Donegal are going to pose so many different problems. Donegal are so sharp on the restarts, it's frightening. What they're doing a lot of is they're hitting Murphy. So if Donegal are in blue, they're back defending. And we know they like to defend in numbers, okay? They know they like to get bodies back. And they leave Jamie Brennan and Paddy McBrearty up front. And they'll interchange as well. But what they do is when they get back here and Kerry are the Reds and Kerry have a shot, you'll see Michael Murphy will start heading out the middle the minute the ball goes wide over the bar. And he'll start heading away out here. Patton who's been brilliant. He's a real plus factor. Patton has the ball down, and there's a few things they're doing. The first thing they're doing is they look if Murphy's got a load of space in here, either side of him, and these 2 guys are working in tandem. Ryan McHugh. So Ryan McHugh right in this position is looking at Michael Murphy, he's looking at Patton, and numerous times the last day he was pointing to hit Murphy long, and this is what he was doing, hit Murphy long, because he was in a good position to come off this here. And we've seen him do it before. We saw him to do it to Dublin in 2012. It's not something new, but they're really good at doing it. They're really good at understanding when the right time to do it is, and they always seem to, like 3 or 4 times against Meath, they spotted this opportunity, they nailed the execution of the kick, and Murphy is so good and so strong at holding his man off and getting a little run and tapping it to Ryan McHugh that's coming off his shoulder here. Murphy taps it, McHugh is gone, it's open sesame. They should have got probably a goal or 2 late on against Meath the last day.
Meath just fouled him a couple of times in that occasion.
Yeah, they did, and that's one of them. And another one then is where Murphy's jogging out and he's looking over his shoulder at Patton, so he's looking over his shoulder to see his Patton the ball down. Patton has it down, he'll jog up here, he'll get a little nudge in his man and he'll break to a wing. And he's getting hit with this one where he's winning it into his chest and the backs are coming off him. So they've got to really, if you're Kerry the next day and you're on Michael Murphy and there's a shot and he starts heading out, it should be nearly alarm bells ringing for you, because you need to understand that he is going out here to go get the ball, whether it's right, whether it's left, or whether he just says, I've got space, put it down on top of me, and the guys know that once it's long out the middle, it's alarm bells for all these guys. It's long out the middle, that means we're going to go, and somebody's going to get the break and they're going to be through. They did another good one as well with McFadden a few times the last night, where Patton's having the ball, and the same kind of scenario, they're all back, and McFadden heads out here to the sideline. And what they do is they hit him with a long one, but what he likes to do is go up and spoil with his man. And he knocked it on once, and another time he kind of just jumped into his man in the air, and neither of them touched it. But it's hitting this half-back who's bombing up. So there's a half-back going wide, and this is, again, I would say it's in tandem. So I'd say they have guys they look to, some of their backs look to a guy out the field. Is that Murphy? Okay, I'm supposed to be getting off Murphy. No, for this kick out. Goes out here to McFadden. Half-back is gone, off the half-forward. He either taps it on or doesn't do anything at all, and this guy gets it going into space, and Paddy McBrearty got the goal off of that kick out.
Yes.
So, they're so sharp, and then they've got they're good in breaks, they're good when they go. Patton can obviously hit all these short ones, and Donegal are running, and I think if Kerry are to do anything on them the next day, they have to be ballsy, they have to press up, because if you're going to give Donegal the ball, you're going to have this team that won't do what Mayo did the last day, which was work it up, maybe getting a bit impatient, try and hit an inside guy. they'll work it through the lines, they'll get it up, they'll be very patient, they'll do a lot of coming on the loop, and they're doing the Dublin one a lot too, which is a good one, where Kerry are in red and the Donegal ball carrier is coming down here with a man. And the old one that Dublin perfected was the kind of slip and screen. So he'll slip it to him and he'll screen his man, and this guy will come on the loop and kick scores. And we've seen Dublin do that for ages. But another one they're doing now is the ball carrier is coming down the line and he's being marked, and the corner forward is coming on the loop. And if this defender gets high to cut off the loop, they're coming up and they're just back cutting into space. And McBrear, he's done that, and Jamie Brennan are doing that, and they're two very dangerous guys to do it, because once they beat you on that first step, and this is an understanding between the half forward who's soloing down the wing with a corner forward coming out, the ball carrier, I presume this has been worked on in training, where we've two things to do here. We've three things actually. I can go down here, pass to you, you can come and kick on the loop, right? I can come and fake pass to you and you can kind of bump screen my man, and I can just go past you and along the inline with the ball. Or else the backdoor cut that teams are getting right now, that Dublin have, obviously from Sherlock and Jim Gavin, very much on a basketball thing. It's a backdoor cut. It's fairly simple. You're coming down here, he's coming out, sees the defender any bit high. So if I'm coming out for the loop off of you on and I see my defender ahead of you, I'm stopping one step and I'm gone back behind, and this is a hand pass over the top. Guys coming across here, defender helps, back post, tap it into the net. They're getting loads of stuff off of that.
Loads of them.
Dublin did it against Meath in the league final, where they came down here and it went in and it came back out and it came across, and Conor Callahan was here and he saw that the ball was being recycled and he saw there was a load of space in this corner. So he headed out there, and I was like, I saw it from behind the goal, so he just headed out, and he headed out because he knew the ball was going to come down here, and he knew what he was doing.
They set up the move.
They set up the move. So he was out there knowing, and he was pointing to give it out to the wing to get that. So that's kind of like, that's what Donegal are doing really well, is they're good at working it up and being really patient and picking the right pass inside, and their restarts are excellent, which is kind of like a cheap counter-attack for them. It's the counter-attack without all the hacking around here. It's patting down, it's 70 yards, it's Murphy tip, and you're gone. It's happening.
Do Kerry then not press? How do they counteract that? Because they did it so many times against me, then it worked.
Yeah, I'd be probably slightly more aggressive. I'd be slightly more aggressive on this if I was pressing, and Murphy's the danger here long, and they've got everybody back. I'd have my two defenders off their men there to try and put Patton off kicking it if he sees man marked and he sees two guys either side. Now this kick out has to be dead straight, because if he screws it any bit, you've got one of your backs getting it. But I still think they have to push up and take away the short ones, and know these set plays are in place. They'll have done their video, they'll know these things are there. So the kick out going long is of course a danger, but if you're on Ryan McHugh, you know you got to be ball side of him. You know when you're going out underneath Murphy, you know you're going to have to see what way Murphy's going to tap it. If you're a help defender, you got to get in here underneath Murphy. You got to know, you got to look over your shoulder and say, oh, there's Murphy, he could go long. You see he might take a 2 or 3 step up, try and bang it. That's in the air for 3 seconds. You've time to get underneath it. That break becomes a vital break to win. But I'd still, if you're going to give them short all the time, and you're going to let Donegal run up with the players they have in the ball handlers, and Owen Ball Gallagher and Neil McGee and Paddy McGrath, and these fellas are just going to keep bombing, and they're good, they're smart, they know they have to get it up in here, they know they got 4 danger men if you throw Murphy in with the lads. So yeah, it's going to be a good battle the weekend, I won't lie.
Yeah, good stuff. It's a great breakdown.